Hi, my name is Jacqueline Giraldo. I am 5'6" and I live in Queens, New York. The last memorable dream that I had was really crazy because I popped a melly or melatonin, I call it melly, and I was at the airport. I was with some people I knew. I don't remember who they were, but I knew them. And we were going somewhere, and as I'm going through security, I realized that I have forgot something. But the cool thing about it was that while I'm at the airport, I leave the airport and my house is connected to the airport. So I say, hey dad, like I see my dad, and we're actually like in my childhood home. And my dad, think of him as Homelander and the boys, but as when Homelander was good. My dad is strangling this guy to death behind his back and somehow strangling this guy to death. And I'm just going downstairs to the basement to pick up whatever I forgot. So I leave my house, I go back to the airport because it's right there. And I realize, fuck, I forgot something else, which is kind of typical of me. I do forget things. So I go back and I'm like, hey dad, I gotta go back downstairs. And he's still strangling this guy to death. But I'm gathering whatever clothes, because we also used to do this thing when I was younger, where whatever clothes we didn't want to put in the dryer to protect the clothes, we would hang them on these pipes that we had in our boiler room. So I was gathering the clothes off of the pipes that I needed, and my dad comes to check on me, and he's like, hey, you got everything? And I said, yeah, how is it murdering that guy? And he's like, oh, it's going. So I'm like, all right. So I leave, and I go back up to the kitchen. I give my dad a kiss on the cheek while he's still strangling the guy. And the guy is like gasping for breath, for whatever breath left he has. And I'm like, all right, bye, dad. I'll see you whenever I get back. And then I head back to the airport because, it's right there. And I get to where I'm going. So the last time that I was really, really happy, my boyfriend and I, we had a get together with our friends, and my boyfriend loves to cook. I hate cooking, so, it works perfectly. And we had some people over, some of our closest friends, it's the core group. And I don't know, it was just very special. Like, we set up a table, everybody was eating, we were talking, we were drinking, we were just playing games and just being ourselves, which for me is just really everything, because it's sort of hard for me to open up and connect with people. I'm very shy, kind of, and very introverted, but once I feel like I find people that I can be very comfortable with, I can be really loud and annoying, as I have been told I can be extremely annoying. And I don't know, it's just one of those things where you just feel so much love, and I pick up, I guess, a lot of that energy, and it just sort of like gets really in me and into my heart, and I feel like I radiate whatever I'm feeling through with my friends, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I don't know, it was just like a really good night, very calming, and just a really sweet time. Yeah. So the last time that I was really sad was about 2 weeks ago. I haven't seen my parents for about 3 or 4 years because there's been some drama and just a lot of weird stuff that's a lot to get into. The reason why I'm in therapy. And so I was gonna see my parents. Yeah, I was gonna go back to Connecticut, visit my parents. I had an appointment, and then after we were gonna meet up, and I was gonna hang out with them for the day. And I told my parents, all right, I got my ticket, and my dad went to go pick me up at the train station. But the thing is, I was also expecting my mother, who I haven't seen for a long time, to come as well. And as I'm walking towards their car, I only see my dad in the driver's seat. And I'm walking closer and closer, and I'm like, is my mom here? Is my mom in the car? Is she here? Is she there? Is she in the back seat? And as I get closer to the car, I don't see a second head, who I'm expecting is to be my mom. And then I realized, oh, mom didn't come. And that was really hard because I really wanted to see her. And it's been a long time. And I did get to spend time with my dad. And it was nice, but my dad's not exactly the best at talking. My mother is definitely the person who keeps the conversation going. So yeah, I mean, I got to spend time with my dad. We ate, we talked, I showed him a lot of photos, we caught up on a lot of stuff. So the second part of that was really sad for me was because I hadn't really like hugged my dad in a long time. So saying goodbye to him was really hard. And I held on to him like for a long time before I had to go back, take the train back home to New York City. And I touched his hair, like I touched the back of his head. And I still feel like the back of his head, like his hair on the palm of my hand. So yeah, I don't know. It was just, that was really hard. And that was the last time that I was sad. And I'm sad now. But yeah, thank you.